Okay, so picture this. You're online, right, scrolling through a video, and you see Morgan Freeman.
Oh, yeah.
And he's saying something, very profound. And then it hits you.
Uh-oh.
This isn't actually Morgan Freeman.
Oh, wow.
This is like an AI deepfake. It's a hyper-realistic AI-generated video. And it's those lines, right, between reality and like this virtual reality that we're dealing with today. We're diving into a presentation that someone put together. And they're trying to map out this world, this new world, where AI and personal branding collide. So it should be interesting. Let's dive in.
It really makes you think about, it really challenges our understanding of personal branding. What does it even mean anymore? It used to be all about your unique skills, your experiences, your perspective. And now AI can just like mimic all that stuff.
Totally.
It can stale it. It can invent it.
It's not even about you anymore. It's almost like it's what AI can do for you or on your behalf.
Exactly.
What shifted? Why is this happening now?
Yeah.
Why is AI such a game changer when it comes to like building a presence online?
Well, I mean, AI just has this insane ability to process information at a scale that we can't even fathom. Like, it can spot micro trends. It can identify these patterns in audience data that would take us, weeks, months to even uncover.
Yeah, you need a whole team of like data analysts working around the clock.
Exactly.
And you're saying AI can just do it.
Basically.
So you got like a superpowered research assistant, but instead of bringing you coffee, it's like, here are the insights.
Precisely. And they're not just like any insights. These are hyper-specific data-driven insights. It can tell you what your audience wants to see before they even know they want to see it.
That's crazy.
Right. And it's not just about understanding the audience. It's about being able to use that information to tailor your content to them in a way that just wasn't possible before.
So, I mean, we've all heard about these tools, right? Like AI content creation, like GPT. But this presentation is saying that this isn't just some sort of gimmick.
No.
This is like fundamentally changing how we maintain our online presence.
It really is. I mean, it's not just about, creating content faster. It's about creating it with this level of consistency, like your messaging, your voice across every platform imaginable.
Which, let's be real, is practically impossible for a human to do consistently.
It's true. I mean, especially if you're trying to manage multiple platforms, keeping up with the trends, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
But AI can handle that effortlessly. And the thing is, we're not just talking about hypotheticals here. This is already happening. Like, take Atana Lopez, for example.
The AI influencer. Okay, we have to talk about her.
She's a perfect example of how real this is becoming. Over 325,000 followers on Instagram alone.
Really?
Making a reported 11 grand a month.
For a brand that doesn't even exist.
Exactly. I mean,
it is wild.
It's mind-blowing, and it really makes you question what it even means to be an influencer in this day and age. But before we go down that rabbit hole, let's break down exactly how AI is changing the game. This presentation, they highlight a few key areas where AI is making a difference: content creation, visual design, audience analysis, and reputation management.
So, starting with content creation. Because, content is king, as they say.
Yeah.
And this presentation is saying that AI can help us scale that content creation, but also maintain a consistent voice, which feels very important. So tell me more about that.
It's incredible how AI can analyze your existing content, learn your style, your tone, even your humor, and then generate new pieces that sound authentically you.
So instead of spending hours agonizing over every post, AI can help you create a whole week's worth of content in minutes, all while staying true to your brand voice. That's a game changer, especially for people like me who stare at a blank screen and panic.
And it's not just the writing itself. AI-powered design tools like Canva and Looka are also transforming the visual side of personal branding.
Right. These platforms use AI to make graphic design so much more accessible.
Yeah.
No more wrestling with complicated software or wishing you'd paid attention in art class.
Exactly. These tools can suggest layouts, color palettes, even generate entire logos and marketing materials that align with your brand aesthetic, even if you don't have a design bone in your body.
It's like having a personal design assistant on demand. This presentation really emphasizes the power of AI for audience analysis.
It's one of the most impactful applications of AI in this space. Tools like Social Bakers can analyze massive amounts of data about your audience, their demographics, their interests, their online behavior, and identify trends that would be impossible for a human to spot.
So you're not just guessing what your audience wants. You're using hard data to create content that will resonate with them.
Exactly. And this data-driven approach allows for hyper-targeted content, personalized recommendations, and ultimately a deeper understanding of what makes your audience tick.
Which brings us to another crucial aspect of personal branding: reputation management.
Right, because it's not enough to build a brand, you have to protect it too. And AI is becoming essential for that.
The presentation specifically talks about AI tools like Brand24. They act as 24/7 reputation guardians.
Precisely. They constantly monitor brand mentions across the web, analyze sentiment, and alert you to potential PR crises in real time.
So you're not caught off guard by negative press or a sudden wave of online criticism. You can get ahead of the issue and manage it strategically.
Exactly. It's like having a team of digital PR experts working around the clock to protect your brand's image.
Okay, so we've talked about the tools and techniques, but what about real-world examples of people who are actually using AI effectively for personal branding? This presentation has a whole section on that.
Right, and these aren't just any examples. We're talking big names who are at the forefront of this trend. People like Gary Vaynerchuk, Andrew Ng, even Lil Miquela, the virtual influencer.
Okay, let's start with Gary V. He's like the poster child for using data to drive his personal brand.
He's a great example of someone who understands the power of AI-driven insights. Gary V leverages data analysis tools to understand his audience on a granular level and constantly refines his content strategy based on those insights.
And it's clearly working. His Instagram following has grown exponentially, and he's considered one of the most influential voices in marketing today.
Exactly. Then we have Andrew Ng, who's not just using AI for his personal brand, but also to democratize AI education through platforms like Coursera.
He's using AI to empower others, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely. And then we have Lil Miquela, which is a fascinating case study in how AI is blurring the lines between reality and virtuality in personal branding.
She's a virtual influencer created entirely using AI, right? But she has brand deals, magazine covers, the whole 9 yards. It's kind of surreal.
It really challenges our traditional understanding of what it means to be an influencer. And the fact that she's amassed such a following and achieved real-world success raises some interesting questions about the future of personal branding.
I mean, it's crazy, right? We're at a point where a virtual influencer can have more brand deals than an actual human. What's next? Flying cars.
Right. Like, where does it stop? And it just shows how fast this whole world of AI is changing. Speaking of, the presentation actually highlights some key takeaways about AI and what it means for your personal brand.
Oh, okay. So what are they? Like, what's the TLDR for our listeners who need to know what to be aware of as they kind of navigate this crazy world of AI?
Well, I think the first one is this. AI is a tool. Right? Just like any other tool. It's got its pros, it's got its cons. It's not some magic solution.
No get-rich-quick schemes.
Yeah, exactly. It still takes work, it takes strategy. You got to know how to use these tools the right way.
So don't just like throw it at the wall and see what sticks. Be intentional.
Exactly. Don't just hop on the bandwagon because everyone else is. Really think about what you want. What are your goals? What do you stand for? And then think about how AI can fit into that authentically.
Yeah, use AI to amplify what you're already doing, right? Not to become somebody totally different.
Exactly. And I think that leads to the next point, which is this. Don't lose yourself in all of this.
Stay human.
Yes. Because people connect with people, right? Not algorithms.
Right.
So yeah, use the AI tools. Streamline your content. Let it analyze your audience, but make sure that you are still the one shining through. Your personality, your values, all of that.
I love that. So it's about finding that balance, leveraging the AI, but also keeping it real.
100%. And the last takeaway, I think, is to just remember this is an ongoing thing. You know, what we know about AI and personal branding today, who knows what it's going to look like tomorrow?
It could be totally different.
Exactly.
So stay curious, stay informed.
Be ready to adapt.
Well, that's a perfect place to wrap up. And on that note, listeners, we want to hear from you. How are you using AI for your personal brand? Are you excited about it? Are you terrified? Hit us up on social media. Let's keep this conversation going.